Thanks for watching Daytime, everyone. For many students, exam time is a very stressful time. I still get nightmares about them constantly. But study and life skills expert Rick Kamal has help for students, providing them with the test-taking skills that kids often aren't taught. And these will really help them come exam time and just basically to prepare them for life in general.
That's absolutely right. You know, we've been working with about 30 experts from universities and colleges, developing award-winning solutions to help students do better at tests and in life in general, and these are some of them.
Okay, these will actually relax kids, right?
Absolutely. They'll help them get prepared for an exam and do really well in a test.
Okay, step one, you say, is use a planner. That seems obvious, but there's different ways of using it, and it can help you in different ways, too.
Right, and actually, you know, most students don't even use a planner, and they really need to. Yeah, more than half don't actually use one.
Wow, we were forced to use one in high school.
Well, you're lucky.
Okay, yeah.
So, and then the key is to use it right. So you either use an electronic planner or a paper planner, but make sure you do it so that you plan backwards. So if, let's say you have an exam, put the exam in the planner, but make sure you enter all the steps you need to take up to the exam.
Oh, that's smart. Okay, that's key. So then you won't be studying last minute or pulling an all-nighter because you forgot about your exam.
Exactly. And another tip to avoid cramming is to review your notes frequently. So most people write their notes down and then they wait till the cram session to review them. Instead, review your notes 24 hours after taking them and then once a week thereafter, and you'll actually reduce your study time by a third for that course. By a whole third. You won't have to cram and you'll retain the information much, much longer.
Okay, so preparing is obviously key, and doing that and reviewing your notes is one of the wonderful methods of preparing properly. What would be another method of preparation that will help students?
Sure. So when they're studying, a lot of students, they forget to take breaks.
Right.
So set a timer. Every 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Either stroll outside or maybe do some stretching or a little exercise.
Every 5 minutes?
After 25 minutes, four or 5
minutes. Okay.
And you'll see you're going to retain your focus and be much less stressed during the study session.
Okay, so you're going to retain your information then when you're actually studying.
Absolutely, and you'll avoid fatigue too.
I get very fidgety, or I did get fidgety whenever I was studying, and it would drive me crazy. I just needed to move around even when I was, even when I was studying and sitting at the desk. Is there another way to combat that?
Well, you know, that's actually not necessarily a bad thing that you're trying to move. A lot of people are kinesthetic learners, so they need some motion while they're learning, and it helps them retain information. But a good way to do it is maybe sit on an exercise ball rather than a chair, or even play with a squeeze ball with one of your hands. It keeps some motion going, helps you retain information, and it prevents that kind of nervous fidgetiness.
Right, that nervous energy that makes you just want to go out of your mind. Let's talk about strategizing.
Okay, so another thing you want to do is when you're going to enter the test room, you want to make sure you have stress-reducing techniques. Right. So one really great one is take your hand. Let's say you're about to take the test, you suddenly panic, you feel like you're freezing. Take your hand and just draw a circle 7 times. You'll suddenly feel your stress level decrease, your mind unfreezing, and you'll be able to focus better.
Is that just because you're changing your focus, or is it because you're doing something soothing?
Both. It's actually both of those.
Huh, okay, that's actually very interesting. Let's talk about pacing as well.
Yes.
Pacing on timed tests, it can be incredibly difficult, especially if one question on the test is really bogging you down.
That's right. And so the most important thing is go through the exam, set aside a few minutes for each question, but make sure you focus on the easy ones earlier and leave the hard ones for the end.
So you always can go back to it. That's not an issue.
Exactly.
Smart way of doing it. Would that be the process of elimination as well?
Yeah, actually, when you're doing like multiple choice questions, make sure you don't just try to find the right answer. Instead, eliminate incorrect answers. And by doing that, you're much more likely to get the right solution.
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense, actually. I love it. And always eat right. Eat right the day of the exam. Low sugar, too.
Low sugar. Sugar is an enemy of focus. It'll actually cause your memory to degrade. So eat lots of protein, nuts. Berries are low sugar, but really very high in nutrition. In fact, if folks want to know more of these types of tips, they can visit our site at howtostudybest.com, and we've got a whole list of foods and other things that they can see to help them prepare.
All right, great. Well, we'll have that website on our website, daytimeonline.tv. Rick, always good to have you here. Thanks so much. All right, stick around because there is more Daytime just ahead.